You are watching From Grimm to Grimm with 2 M's, a Witcher Retrospective Part 2, detailing how a rickety old RPG became one of gaming's greatest. It'll be safest to assume spoilers throughout. So killing was average at best, but did Witcher's past at least get you killing interesting things for interesting reasons? Well, Slavic, Norse and Germanic mythology, the most mental mythologies of them all, were never going to yield a boring bestiary. But the means by which you're pitted against these beasties has evolved no end. Perhaps it was in keeping with the times, but gathering 3 Equinops rootstocks and 10 pots of dog tallow feels more Delia Smith than Buffy Summers.
Ah, I need wyvern eggs for my famous omelettes.
Each area had its human-focused questlines that the devs have become so good at, but the notice boards phoned it in, and it was almost the same in the second game. Contracts in The Witcher 3, on the other hand, are signposts to people who need help. People who give you their reasons for needing a beast with a boss-sized health bar culled. You investigate and interrogate and prepare. Side quests have become one more pillar of the human drama The Witcher always hoped to be.
I can help you, one of 2 ways. First, I can try to convince whoever put up the knithing to lift the curse themselves. Second, I can deflect the curse back on whoever cast it by writing their name on the shaft. Either way, need to know who's behind this.
Actually, it wasn't just people that put me off the first Witcher's story. The series has always had a pacing problem. If the model narrative is supposed to look like an elephant under a blanket, building to the climax and then quickly concluding, The Witcher looked like a stegosaurus hit by a steamroller. What the hell happened, Act 4? Did you forget that there was a coup in progress while Geralt went off on a tour of rural Camelot? Thunderous plot revelations take place in Act 3. You learn who's been forging the king's decrees. You're nearly executed. And 1 teleport later, you're back to picking flowers in the countryside. The Witcher 2, on the other hand, is a Brachiosaurus. Oh, you know, some pottering around Flotsam, yeah, lengthy trek around a battlefield, and then, oh god, dragons and wizards and betrayal, and it's all kicking off! Now, The Witcher 3 doesn't fix the problem. It just goes around it. It's an open world, so even when there's a lull in the story, and there are often lulls in the story, some other questline will be getting way out of hand. It's outsourced the pacing work to us. I'm finally going to stop my petty bitching in recognition of something at which this series is unrivaled. Since that first rickety adult RPG, The Witcher has given us landscapes of unparalleled realism. CD Projekt are geography nuts. They do erosion and cliffs, recognizing that rocks and sandbars aren't just assets to be studded into a smooth surface. Looking at you, Skyrim. They wanted their medieval countryside to be so authentic that each landmass was a single model, sculpted in 3ds Max. Even with low-res 08 graphics, the outskirts of Vizima are startlingly reminiscent of where I grew up, in a way that no other countryside sim has managed. The Witcher 2 upped the stakes with foliage, dense, tangled, forbidding foliage of the sort that exists in forests where monsters lurk, foliage that plays with the light and suggests oppressive humidity. And we come to The Witcher 3, and this is just plant pornography. Fantasy worlds are often idealized. They're worlds as we would like them to be, all grand and eerily neat, even at their darkest. The Northern Kingdoms are shit. They are broken, battered, and every tree looks like it's lived 100 crappy years, blasted by wind and rain. The Witcher 3 remembers mud and subsidence and rot and erosion. It includes depressing facets of real life that immerse you in resolving real human problems. Warty graphical realism supports the hopeless human dramas unfolding in a war-torn land. And because the world is now open, the illusion is that things continue being shit even when you're not there. NPCs aren't dispensaries waiting to sick up a quest that the Witcher requires. They're people in trouble, and only if they're lucky will the Witcher wander through and solve their problems for every last bit of cash they have. That is what a Witcher game should be.
You've come a long way.
As ever, thank you for watching, and if that video has left you hungry for more Witcher info, there is an excellent article up on RPS at the moment which gets the devs' impression on that first interesting game they put out. I will throw a link for that down in the description. Until next week, you can find me at @rerollgaming on Twitter or reroll.angusgmorrison on Facebook. I will see you soon.